Merry meet fairy souls, it is Niina. You're watching Fairy Chamber channel. First of all, I wish to thank you all the new people who have subscribed to my channel recently. It's awesome and I'm very grateful. I thought I would make a video where I show you some of my paintings and illustrations that have been inspired by Finnish mythology. Alright. So, I got into Finnish mythology when I was in my teenage years, and it's very rich and vivid mythology and all inspired by Finnish nature, obviously. And it's not the only mythology area that I'm very interested, but it's very close to my heart because I'm a Finn, naturally. And there's something very profound in it because I'm very into shamanism and Finnish mythology. It has this kind of shamanistic undertone that I'm very fond of. And I think in many of my paintings I have tried to describe that shamanistic undertone. Oh, well, here's one very small one. As you can see, it's a bear, and this has been on wet. It's very wet. Has been very wet when I have painted it. And bear is very important god in Finnish mythology and folklore. One of the most respected animals, and before this whole pantheon of Finnish gods were born, bear was god before them when it was more totemistic culture. And still there is about 2,000 bears in Finland altogether, I think. And this one is called Forest Beat because it's very interesting when I am in like drumming circles or I hear someone playing a shaman drum. I tend to imagine a bear stomping in the forest, so that is the Forest Beat. This is not a mythological picture, but still some trees, Finnish trees, forest. I should give this painting to my mom because this is a landscape from my summer cabin, so there's just some tall pine trees. Are they pine trees? I don't know. And anyway, this study from my summer cabin. Yeah, I like to do these very small and tiny watercolors when I'm traveling. Other than that, they can be A3 or A4 or A2. This is the way I see Finnish earth goddess. So she has many names. She's known as Akka. She's also known as Rauni. Rauni, that name refers to the rowan tree, but one of the names that really tell her who this goddess is Maanutar, because Ma is earth in Finnish, and the old poems, they describe her the woman who lives underground, the woman who is the earth, the woman who is the soil. So she's the woman who comes out from the soil, literally. It's a watercolor painting. I have a painting video about this. I think it was actually the first YouTube video that I made. My painting process of Maanutar. I can put the link in the description box or to the corner. You can check it out. One old painting, 7-year-old painting. My style has changed quite a bit, but this is the way I see fairies, Finnish fairies. And this one is called Mist, Forest in the Mist, and it is quite misty. Yeah. I used to throw all my old works away when I was younger because I wasn't happy with them, but now I keep them as a reminder how much my style has developed. And yet there might always be someone who wants to buy them, the older works, because they feel connection or they speak to them in some level. So I would not suggest throwing anything away, even if you think your artwork stinks. I don't think that stinks, I just think I am way better artist nowadays because I have practiced way more for the last 7 years. And all these paintings that I have here, they all come from different eras, my artistic eras. Like this one, for example, compared to the previous one, this is super detailed. Look at that. Whee! I think the fox is my favorite part in this. There's also a wolf and a squirrel there. This is the forest that says. This is how I pack my watercolors. They're all in plastic wraps, so they won't get bent or they won't get damaged. This from 2015 is my business card down there. Yeah, I just slipped the business card there. This watercolor, acrylics and felt tip pens. I remember it took forever to paint this, but I really enjoyed it. The girl in the middle is the Finnish forest goddess. What's her name? Telero, I think. Telero, yeah, probably Telero. She's the goddess of small animals, and many times she took form of a young girl and had fun with animals. It's the wild child goddess. I really like this picture. Yeah, there's full moon in the background and the mist. Just all these videos where I speak about my paintings, you get the sound effects. I apologize. So when there was the picture of the Finnish fairy, this is how I see a Finnish mermaid. Another quite old painting, this is from 2011. I made this for a story that I wrote when I was a teenager. That was about a mermaid and a human girl who became friends. I don't even remember what happened in the fairy tale. Maybe I should just rewrite it someday. Yeah. Surrounded by lots of trees and there's a bunch of green there. I need to put things closer that you can see them. Yeah. Pretty nice one. This is one of my Firefox paintings. This is one of my favorites. The whole folk tale behind it. The story how the Northern Lights were born. I think I have told this several times in my channel, but the story itself, it's just so charming, I can't help it. It's a folk tale from northern Finland and Lapland. It's like, I think it's originally a Sami story. It is also a story that is told in northern Finland, and I heard it when I was a little girl, and it's been stuck in my subconscious ever since. So it tells about the mythical, magical firefox. And firefox is like a phoenix of all the foxes, tulikettu. And there could only be one tulikettu at a time. And it was like a hunter's dream to catch tulikettu. And the time where this story originates, really from pre-Christian, almost Neopaleolithic era. First were quite valued things, especially in Finland, which is a very cold country. Well, not that much these days, because we have much more ecological and friendly approach to animals. At least when it comes to first, there's so many, like, what's the word? Replacements for furs, so that's not that essential anymore. But anyway, back in the days it was a big thing, and it wasn't easy to catch foxes because foxes were very clever animals, and firefox was like a hunter's dream because it was believed that firefox, because it was a magical giant fox, and fox literally who created the Northern Lights. I will get into that soon. People believe that if they catch the firefox, they will become very happy and very wealthy and rich men for the rest of their lives. So it was this like dream-like creature, and there was this belief that when firefox tulikettu, when it ran in the hills in Lapland, in northern Finland, in the snowy hills, its fur, when it touched the snow, that would create magical sparkles, and you would see those sparkles as northern lights in the night sky. So the tulikettu created the northern lights. The old Finnish word for kettu is repo, which means a fox, and revontulet means northern lights in Finnish, literally fox's fire, so that's where the name comes from. And this is acrylic painting. I don't paint with acrylics very often because I'm more a watercolor person, but here the colors really pop up. Yay! I have done quite a few firefox paintings. I've sold some of them, so this is the only one that I have left. I need to make another one at one point because this story is just one of my favorites, and some people have been asking where they can buy my artworks. If you want to buy originals, I mostly sell them on Etsy, and if you just see some of my artworks on social media, in Twitter or Instagram or Facebook, you can just drop me a message and ask if the original is available. And I do sell prints on Zazzle and in Redbubble. There's always links in the description box for my art pages if someone is interested. I also have a Finnish web store for the Finnish customers. Then there's a few more. This one is upside down. This one is the Mist Maiden, another creature for Finnish mythology. This is quite pretty. It's like a mermaidish creature from Finnish mythology. It's hard to say is Mist Maiden. I think it's a bit like Undine, but not entirely. It's like elemental, but it's almost like both air and both water, so it's really hard to describe. But this legend of Mist Maiden goes that during the mist above lakes, Mist Maidens, when they during the day, they live in the bottom of the lakes and streams, and during the night or morning mist, around twilight, when there's mist above water, they come above water and dance there. So this one is now waiting for the dancing time in the bottom of the lake. And yes, it's a watercolor wash with lots of blending and mixing to create a nice effect. These are not everyone. I have sold quite a few for my Finnish mythology paintings, so if you want to see more of them, just check my online galleries. Here's one that I still have. It's cuckoo. I should paint more animals because I like it. This one is a bit of mixed media. There is some silver paper and some watercolor, mosaic, and rest of it it's acrylic. It's a very simple one, but I kinda like it. There is a Finno-Baltic legend about cuckoos that there was the moon goddess who was crying. I think it was the moon goddess Kuutari. She was crying, and from her tears became three rivers, and then there was 3 hills in those three rivers, and 3 very tall trees, and in top of each tree there was 1 cuckoo. And legend goes that if there was a man or a woman walking by those trees, and the cuckoos, when they were cuckooing, person was allowed to ask questions about the futures. But smart person would not do that, because future is everyone's own hands, and making these kind of assumptions from someone who might tell you that they know what your destiny is quite dangerous. But that's the story of cuckoo. Here's one of my goddess paintings. This is Mielikki. This is from 2013 as well. And this is a wintry Mielikki. I have a few paintings where it's the summertime Mielikki. I should do one for each season, because she's one of my favorite Finnish goddesses. And Mielikki is super interesting goddess. She is a goddess of the forest, goddess of hunt, goddess of healing, goddess of animals, and goddess of herbal magic and all kinds of cool things. And she goes to winter sleep with animals. So when there is Mielikki and her husband Tapio, who is the forest god, literally in Finland in winter time, Mielikki is not around. She's hibernating. She's having a winter sleep, so it's all Tapio's kingdom around winter. So this is Mielikki sleeping. So there's a bear, a fox, and a hare, and I think it's a moose or a deer, and a magpie. Magpies are nice. Bear is one of the animals, well, animal god that is connected to Mielikki, so I had to add one bear there. So there's all the animals. I don't think hares go to winter sleep, but I just call this artistic freedom. Yeah. Yeah, they are all sleeping. I kinda like the way I did the decorations here and there. They're not very even, but let's just call that artistic freedom as well. Yeah, these were some of my paintings inspired by Finnish mythology. At some point I should make a video about my paintings inspired by Greek mythology, but I am in the middle of finishing one of my paintings about Artemis, so I'll So these were some of my paintings inspired by Finnish mythology and folklore. Thank you for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you soon. Bye!